It's read at youtube.com.
Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome to all our viewers on televisionjamaica.com. The killing of a resident this morning at New Harbour Village Phase 2 in Old Harbour has sparked anger at Gore developers. A resident was shot and killed, while it's reported that the suspected shooter was shot and killed by the police minutes after. The matter is being investigated by Intercom.
It's understood that the deceased, who has since been identified as Kimani Bailey, heard strange sounds coming from his property shortly before daybreak. When he switched on his lights to investigate, someone fired a shot through his window, hitting him. Kimani was pronounced dead at hospital. He lived with his wife. One of the suspects was killed by the police and 2 others are still on the run. The residents surmise that the men have been responsible for a spate of robberies in the area. The residents are saddened by Kimani's death but not surprised. They say security has been a major issue since they were officially handed the scheme over a year ago.
We've had several break-ins, armed robberies and so on, and it's increasing, and we're really up to the point where we can't bear it anymore. So we're saying to the authorities, we're saying to Mr. Gore, who also is still doing some work over here, to ensure that the proper infrastructures are in place in terms of security. We know that it will not provide 100% security, but we want the infrastructures that were advertised to be put in place.
So now they feel deceived by the developers.
This community was advertised as a gated and secured community, but what we find is that the security infrastructures are not in place. And citizens have been talking a long time. We haven't had much done in terms of a security arrangement, in terms of perimeter fencing and so on, and a lot of persons had that expectation that they would have that form of security.
They're also calling on Gore developers to provide proper identification for their employees and concrete fencing, as opposed to the chain link fence that's now there. And they want the drain in the scheme properly secured, as it's used by unscrupulous persons to enter the scheme.
We are in contact with all the leaders of the community, the board members and the block reps. We have asked them to invite all their security personnel to a board meeting this evening at 5 p.m., right? Then now we are announcing a general meeting with all the residents because we have to do some brainstorming.
Efforts to reach Gore developers for a comment proved unsuccessful. Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
It's read at youtube.com.